All right, so looking at these now, rewrite each phrase using inequality symbols. X is greater than 9. X is greater than 9. X is at most 10. X is at most 10. Okay? And if you forget, I'm literally just looking up here. Okay? Just looking at that top bar. All right. X is at least -2. X is at least -2. X is no more than 7. Well, do you think no more than 7? Do you think 6 is no more than 7? Do you think 8 is no more than 7? 6. So that means it's going to be smaller then. Do you think it could be 7? It could. Okay? So now we're going to look at the second page of notes. Okay? We're going to look at the second page. So now we are going to actually solve it. So if I draw my line, I circle what I want to do alone, and then I isolate the variable. What is the solution? X equals 3. How many solutions are there? 1, right? X can only equal 3. Okay? Now, they want us to compare that to the same thing, only this time it's an inequality symbol. So the process of solving doesn't really change. The only difference is at the end we'll have an inequality sign. So I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides. X is less than 3. So the solution, X is less than 3. How many solutions are there? The other one, X equaled 3. But in this case, X is smaller than 3. So how many numbers are smaller than 3? A heck of a lot of numbers. So if you do me a favor and write a sideways 8, that means infinity. And that's how many solutions there are. Any number smaller than 3, which is a ton of numbers. Okay? So let's look at solving a few. And then we're going to graph them. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to circle my X. -7 on both sides. That cancels out. That equals 4. X is greater than 4. So let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of just put my number in the middle, right? That's all I did. Okay, so I'm going to put my circle on the 4. And if X is greater than 4, would it go towards the 5 or towards the 3? Towards the 5. Okay, and would that be an open circle or a closed circle? Open circle. Got it. All right, I'm going to skip 18. I'm going to look at 19. Instead of minusing 9, I'm going to add 9. That gives me 26. X is less than 26, so let's do 24, 25, 26. Oh, I'm running out of room. 27, 28, 29. Hopefully your numbers fit a little bit better than mine. Gosh. All right, X is less than 26, so I'm going to put, where is that at? My circle there. If X is less than 26, is it going to go towards the 25 or towards the 27? Towards the 25. Okay? We need to look at 21 and we need to look at 22. This is where inequalities have a special extra step that in solid normal equations with an equal sign doesn't happen, okay? So all y'all are perfectly fine with telling me that we need to divide by -5, or at least you should be, because when x is next to a number, that means multiply. To do that inverse would be to divide, okay? 25 divided by -5 is -5. Now, if you notice on the right, it says when you multiply or divide by a negative, flip the inequality. So in the first two, we did not have to break anything off of this x. So it didn't matter if we had to subtract or add, the sign stayed the same. In 21, we had to separate from the x a negative number, meaning that sign is going to flip directions. Okay? Because it is -5, I'm going to start at -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2. Hopefully your numbers are fitting better than mine. I don't know if I'm writing too big or what. Okay? I'm going to draw my circle at -5. X is greater than -5. So is -6 greater than -5? Or is -4 greater than -5? -4 is greater, so it's going to go to the right. And because there's this line underneath, you should have known that that circle needs to be filled in. Okay? So looking at 22. Same thing. Draw my line, circle my variable. These two terms, right? These two things are in the same term. Okay? These are in the same term. So I am separating that term, which means I am going to multiply, because that's the inverse. Because it was by a negative, I have to flip my sign. Because it was by a negative, I have to flip my sign. And I know I'm not going to be able to fit very. Let me try this. Let me go every other down and above and see if that fits a little bit better. A little bit. Oopsies. All right. So -42 is here. If x is less than -42, is -43 smaller or is -41 smaller? -43. So it is going to go to the left and make sure that your sign stays open, that circle. Okay? This one's going to be a little bit harder because it looks a little bit different. Okay? If you want to flip this one, that's fine, like how you flipped your equations. However, when you do that, I know that you will do fine with this part. But see how your inequality sign is facing, the bigger side is this side? Make sure that you flip your signs if you do that. Okay? But regardless, circle your term with your variable. Do the inverse of that 5. All right, and then -7. So let's see. Sorry. Let's do -10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. So I'm going to do my circle on the -7. And -7 is less than x. Is -7 less than -8? Or is -7 less than -6? It's less than -6. So it's going to go to the right. And because this does not have a line underneath it, it's going to stay an